10 amazing hybrid animals that actually exist. A hybrid is the love child of two different species. Some are born in nature, while others blend together in a petri dish. However, a special club exists within this strange world: hybrids that are seen for the very first time. When hybrids are created by scientists, novelty is not a factor. Hybrids can save critically endangered species and cure human diseases. Nature is all about oddball mixes. When exotic pets are released into the wild or rare creatures cannot find their own mates, the drive to pass on genes is often strong enough to cross the species barrier. Anyways, without further ado, here are 10 amazing animal hybrids that actually exist. Let's go. 10. The Walpin. When researchers worked around the Hawaiian island of Kauai, they noticed something odd. A dolphin-like creature kept showing up. Photographs suggested that the animal was a hybrid because it displayed physical traits of different species. In 2018, a year after it was discovered, scientists shot it. The dart was harmless and harvested a skin sample. The DNA analysis showed that the creature's father was a rough-toothed dolphin and his mother was a melon-headed whale. This Walpin was the first of its kind to be recorded and even received a scientific name: Stenobretonensis. 9. Hybrid hope for rhinos. In 2018, the last northern white rhino male died. The last females, his daughter and granddaughter, are infertile. Thanks to frozen sperm and the only rhino species not listed as endangered, aka the southern white, there is hope for this virtually extinct northern cousins. The two are distinct species, but scientists managed to create hybrid embryos from the sperm of 4 northern rhinos and 2 southern females' eggs. This is the first step in a long struggle to resuscitate the species. Even if the surrogates successfully carry the 4 hybrids to term, the calves represent a fraction of what is necessary to establish a herd. The efforts are ongoing, and if the scientists are successful in achieving their targets, we might be able to bring back an extinct species. 8. Florida's hybrid pythons. The Burmese python is the premium choice of exotic snake owners in the United States. However, some people could not deal with them and released the snakes into the wild. In 2018, researchers analyzed tail samples from 426 pythons from southern Florida and discovered that 13 were not pure. Although mostly Burmese, this baker's dozen also contained the DNA of another invasive species released as unwanted pets, the Indian python. Native to India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Nepal, they were smaller but quicker. Intriguingly, the genetic signature suggests that the two species did not recently spawn the first crossbreeds. They blended long before the Florida pythons reached a large population. 7. The Galveston dogs. Red wolves once roamed the southeastern United States. The human factor killed so many that the last ones were taken to breeding facilities in 1980. Only 17 were pure. From this group, breeding produced enough animals to establish a pack in North Carolina, about 40 strong and 200 animals in captivity. In 2019, a biologist took photos of wild dogs and samples from dead ones in Galveston, Texas. After researchers got their hands on the samples, it was found that the pack contained DNA exclusive to the red wolf and ghost alleles. These alleles matched no known canine genus, including those of the red wolf. This genetic material was probably lost during breeding programs, but survived in the Galveston dogs. Scientists hope to use the dogs to restore this genetic heritage to the wolf, as well as to bolster their numbers and health. 6. Chicken with dinosaur legs. Recent fossils prove that some dinosaurs survived and evolved into modern birds. In 2016, scientists from Chile wanted to watch how dinosaur leg bones changed over time. Like modern birds, they had 2 bones in the lower limb, the fibia and tibia, Their fibula was a long tube that reached the ankle. The tibia was around the same length, positioned alongside it. Evolution brought the next batch of avian dinos, the pygostalians. By then, the fibia had shortened and developed a splinter-like end. Modern bird embryos show signs of developing lengthy dinosaur fibula, but they soon shorten and grow pygostalian ends. To see this evolution in action, scientists suppressed the IHH gene in the chicken embryos. This caused equal-length leg bones to grow down to the ankle, very similar to dinosaurs. The dino chickens did not live to hatch, but they revealed that IHH activity blocked the modern bones from reverting to a dinosaur state. This was also the first time that researchers viewed the dinosaur-bird transition in living creatures, which previously could only be seen in the fossil record. 5. Human-sheep hybrids. In 2018, Stanford University created the first embryos with human and sheep cells. These embryos were allowed to mature for some time inside a surrogate animal before she was slaughtered. Unfortunately, the law does not allow hybrids to survive past 21 days. Although the project had to end there, this was the root stage for growing unlimited human organs. Researchers plan to grow modified sheep lacking the organ and hope that the animal's human DNA will step up and create a pancreas. However, to reach that stage, the experiment must run at least 70 days, which would require special permission from regulators. 4. Burkitts Wobbler. In Pennsylvania, 2 wobbler species, respectively blue and gold-winged, often interbreed. Depending on their colors, the hybrids are known as either Brewster's or Lawrence's warbler. In 2018, an avid birdwatcher photographed what he thought was Brewster's. However, when Lowell Burkitt examined the pictures afterwards, his experienced eye noticed the bird had out-of-place markings. The birdwatcher sent images, videos, and his theory to ornithology experts. They were so convinced by his evidence that they helped Burkitt to catch the bird. Blood samples confirmed the warbler's mother was a Brewster hybrid that bred with a chestnut-sided male. The ultra-rare 3-species hybrid was named Burkitts Wobbler, in honor of the man who found it. 3. Extinct tortoise could be alive. About 150 years ago, a giant tortoise called Chelonoidus elephantopus, which used to have saddle-shaped shells, was declared extinct and was the last one seen on Florian Island, which is a part of the Galapagos Islands in the Pacific Ocean. In recent times, researchers noticed a change in another giant species. Chelonoidus becky lives on Isabella Island, located around 322 kilometers from Florina. Some had saddle-shaped shells when they should have been domed. Samples were taken from 1,669 tortoises. Incredibly, 84 had enough genetic markers to suggest that one parent was the extinct Chelonoidus elephantopus. More encouragingly, 30 of the hybrids were under 15 years old. Their genetic variety also suggested that at least 38 different Chelonoidus elephantopus left offspring on Isabella. Given that they can reach 100 years of age, some might even be alive. If so, this is the first rediscovery of a species thanks to hybrid offspring it left behind. 2. Hybrid that became a species. The Amazon is known for weird animals, but one bird surprised even the experts. In 1957, a new mannequin was identified and named the golden-crowned variety. The small bird was clearly a species with its own population and territory. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Then it disappeared for 45 years until 2002. In 2018, genetic tests showed that the rare birds were hybrids. They carried 20% of the snow-capped manakin's genome and 80% of the opal-crowned manakins. It sounds like just another crossbreed, but this was the first hybrid species found on the planet. More remarkably, The parent species spawned the new one around 180,000 years ago. Overcoming epic hurdles that nearly all hybrids fail, the golden-crowned bird became a real species. 1. Liger. The liger is a hybrid cross between a male lion and a female tiger. Thus, both its parents are from the Panthera genus, but from different species. Ligers are the biggest of all the big cats, growing to almost the lion and tiger's combined size. They carry characteristics from both parents. For instance, their love of swimming from tigers and their highly social behavior from lions. Nowadays, ligers can only be found in captivity as their territories don't overlap. But in history, there have been stories of ligers found in the wild. Ligers were long thought to be sterile, but this theory was disproved in 1953 when a 15-year-old liger was successfully mated with a lion. The cub survived into adulthood despite having poor health. At Jungle Island, a theme park in Miami, you can see Hercules. Hercules is a huge liger with a weight reaching over 410 kilograms. Hercules holds the Guinness World Record for being the largest big cat in the world and can easily be called a giant at about 10 feet in length.